Welcome to the 2025 edition of the ACR&AD CA Standard. This document is a definitive operational guide for HVAC professionals conducting the assessment, cleaning, and restoration of HVAC systems. Known as the International Standard for HVAC Hygiene, its goal is to assess new and existing systems, evaluate their cleanliness, and guide restoration to a specific hygiene level. Adherence to these procedural requirements defines professional competence in the industry. Keep in mind that airside surfaces are in scope, while mechanical and electrical components are out of scope. Compliance relies on specific language. The word "shall" indicates a mandatory requirement where no deviation is permitted. Recommended refers to a suggested practice. The standard also defines fungal ecology. Condition 1 is a healthy environment. Condition 2 has settled spores without active growth. And Condition 3 indicates active microbial growth requiring remediation. The rhythm of routine inspection follows ANSI, ASHRAE, and ACCA Standard 180 guidelines. For instance, healthcare and commercial buildings require yearly checks for air handling units and ducts. Note that it is mandatory that HVAC system components shall be routinely inspected for cleanliness by visual means. When executing the assessment, apply the 10% rule. Cleanliness inspection shall include a minimum of 10% of the HVAC system components. The exception is microbial remediation, which requires all components to be inspected. You must inspect elements like filters, coils, pans, and mixing boxes. If hazardous materials are suspected, always consult an environmental professional. Determining the need for cleaning comes down to 5 triggers. These include identifying microbial condition 2 or 3, finding visible particulate accumulation, spotting discharge of visible dirt into a space, components causing unacceptable odors, or damage from fire, smoke, or water. Prior to starting work, the contractor shall provide a written work plan to script the project. This plan must document the specific scope of work, containment levels for engineering controls, a list of chemicals with safety data sheets, the completion schedule, and safety protocols regarding life safety device management. Engineering controls act as your safety net. The core principle is that a continuous negative pressure shall be maintained and verifiable in the portion of the HVAC system being cleaned. Furthermore, all equipment exhausting indoors shall utilize HEPA filtration, operating at 99.97% efficiency at 0.3 microns. Containment strategies are broken into 4 levels. Level 1 is the minimum baseline requirement for all projects, ensuring the system is under negative pressure with protective coverings in the area. Level 2 adds temporary walls to isolate the work area, 2-layer poly flooring, and air scrubbing equipment running at 4 air changes per hour. Level 3 containment builds on previous levels by adding a single-chamber decontamination unit sealed to the containment area, making real-time particulate monitoring mandatory. Level 4 is the most stringent, requiring a 2-chamber decontamination facility alongside a constant recording pressurization monitor with an alarm. The cleaning standard relies on mechanical agitation to dislodge debris and HEPA vacuum collection to remove it. If access is insufficient, service openings shall be created. Closures must be mechanically fastened and sealed, and no openings are permitted in flexible ductwork. The ultimate goal is that the system is visibly clean. Coil cleaning starts with a visual inspection. If the coil isn't impacted or moldy, Type 1 dry cleaning using HEPA vacuuming and compressed air is used while negative air machines operate continuously. If Type 1 is insufficient, Type 2 wet cleaning applies chemicals and pressure washing, and drain pans shall be flushed. Both methods require measuring static pressure drop for validation. For microbial remediation of Condition 2 or 3, the framework strictly follows the ANSI/IICRCS 520 standard. The golden rule is that cleaning methods shall not create abrasions or break the surface. For porous materials with active microbial growth, the recommendation is that they should be entirely removed and replaced. In restoration scenarios, water damage adheres to the ANSI/IICR CS500 standard, where salvageable porous components shall be thoroughly cleaned. For fire and smoke, surfaces must be evaluated. Friable or odor-retaining surfaces shall be replaced. Any pre-existing mechanical repair needs found during cleaning shall be documented and reported. Verification ensures the standard of care was met. Verification. Method 1, visual inspection, is the primary standard. Conducted immediately after cleaning, the criteria require that interior surfaces are visibly clean and free from non-adhered substances. The rule is simple. If it is visibly clean, no further testing is necessary. If visual inspection is inconclusive, we move to verification method 2, surface comparison. This acts as the tiebreaker for porous and non-porous surfaces. A section is vacuumed with 4 passes, and to pass the criteria, there must be no significant visible difference between the vacuumed area and the surrounding area. Verification method 3 is the Nadca vacuum test, a gravimetric analysis used for non-porous surfaces. It uses a flow of 15 liters per minute through a 37 mm filter cassette over a 100 square centimeter sampling area. To pass, the net weight of debris shall not exceed 0.75 milligrams per 100 square centimeters. Project closeout demands thorough documentation. It is recommended to keep written and visual records, such as before and after photos, as well as HVAC plans marked with work zones. Files must also include material submittals, safety data sheets, and a chain of custody form if using outside laboratories. Ultimately, the standard of care is a continuous life cycle. You assess 10% of the system, build a work plan, protect the environment with engineering controls, clean using agitation and vacuums, and verify the results. Because compliance is an ongoing process, not a one-time event. While common sense, experience, and professional judgment may justify deviation in unique circumstances, the 2025 ACR-NADCA standard remains the absolute benchmark for our industry. By following these protocols, professionals succeed in restoring the integrity of the airstream.